Aloha and welcome to VOSR International, the voice of shortwave radio. I'm your host, Wavecrest Guy. This broadcast is being transmitted by WRMI, Radio Miami International, in Okeechobee, Florida, on both 9455 and 15770 kilohertz. This broadcast is also being transmitted by shortwave radio in Lower Saxony, Germany, on 3975 kilohertz.
So we're going to start this broadcast out with some announcements. And as I am recording this broadcast, it's a couple days before we leave to Oahu for my wife's hip replacement surgery. So there may be a rebroadcast next week, and it definitely may happen on shortwave gold. In Germany, that broadcast, they are going to be on vacation, so the timing for me to get a new file to them is going to be a little bit tight. But I am going to try to get one out there and get it to them in time, but we'll just have to see how that works. Anyways, I know I'm going to be away from the microphone for a little bit with all that's going on. And we are going to have a segment in this broadcast, just a short one on Oahu, where we're going to be staying and that type of thing. If we have a little bit of time, I should be able to get around, maybe get some pictures, and I will post that. We are going to be staying in Waikiki, so if you haven't stayed there, or if you have stayed there, you can go check out the pictures. I will have them on a page over on our website at VOSRinternational.com. So you can go check it out, and maybe you'll be able to see some things you recognize if you've been here before, or you can check out the pictures, and then you can be able to visualize a little bit better what I am talking about during this segment. While you're over at our website, you can go ahead and sign up for our newsletter. I usually only send those out. It's just an update that there is important change. I'll put if there's changes to times or frequencies of broadcast, or if they're having some issues, that type of thing. And then so you won't get bombarded by a bunch of emails if you sign up for the newsletter. It's usually on the bottom of each page. You can go ahead and put your email address in there, and then you'll be signed up. While you're there, you can also check out our listeners map, where I put a pin on everyone's location who sends in a reception report, comment, or anything that gives me your location. I will go ahead and drop a pin on the map, and then I take a localized snapshot of that and then add it to the group. Then also over there is our listeners' radios page. We haven't gotten as many in lately, but I have added a few. But take pictures of your radios, your setups, your radio room, your equipment, and I will get those posted on our website on our listeners' radios page. Check them out. A lot of nice radios over there, a lot of great equipment that people are listening to the broadcast on. Also, we have a page for our past broadcasts. So you can go over there. It goes all the way back to the first broadcast. All our broadcasts are on there. You can go ahead and click the link to the one you want to hear. During the summertime, that type of thing, or with propagation, you might have missed a broadcast. So you this way you can go back and you can catch up to all our programming here at VOSR International. Don't forget, we also have a Facebook page. There's been quite a few people going over there and signing up, so if you use that medium, head over to Facebook, look up VOSR International and join the group. Then you can post over there, and when you post, if you're doing reception reports or that type of thing, those get added to our mailbag segment. And I've done that quite a bit. There's a lot of people that take a little video clip of the broadcast when they're listening to it, and you can go there, check it out, see how the broadcast is coming in at other locations all around the world. We also have a Reddit subgroup, and it is Grundig Shortwave Radio. That's Grundig Shortwave Radio. All one word. You don't have to have a Grundig radio. All radios are welcome. You can go over there and post, and if you post about the show over there, again, I will read those on the air during the mailbag segment. So that one has been around for quite a bit longer. We got quite a few people signed up over there. Just about, but probably by the time this broadcast goes, we'll be at 1,800 members over there. So go ahead and check it out. A lot of great posts over there about equipment and radios. And if you got a question, it's a great place for beginners to ask some questions about getting into shortwave. And then also go over and check out our YouTube channel at Wavecrest Guy. I've got quite a few radio reviews and equipment reviews, antenna reviews over there, a lot of reception reports, and I've got the playlist for our past broadcast here at VOSR International. So you can go over there and check it out. Check out Wavecrest Guy and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I also want to mention that our mailbag segment is always one of our favorites. Everybody likes to hear where people are all over the world listening to the broadcast. And so keep sending those emails in. Send the emails to VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. You can comment on the on segments, on the broadcast. You can give reception reports where you're located at, equipment that you're using. You could use that email to send in your listeners' radios pictures. And then also, if you want a QSL card, I've got 2 different versions of QSL cards in here. If you have gotten one and maybe want the other one, just say which one you've gotten, and I'll send the other one. That way I can keep it straight and make sure you don't get the same one. But I do have some QSL cards here, so go ahead and keep those emails coming. It's the only way I can tell if anybody's out there listening. All right, now on with the show.
Drifting on the blue horizon where the frequencies ignite. The signal leaves the islands, chasing down the edge of night. 1,000 miles of salt and static, a world within the reach of your dial. From the Pacific to your porch, the voice is calling clear, bridging every ocean just to whisper in your ear. Global conversations that bring the distant near, bring the distant near. We open up the mailbag, every letter, every word, a chorus of the listeners across us, the distances we've heard. Connecting every time zone in a circuit made of glass and air, made of glass and air. The voice of shortwave radio, the signal wants to go. Aloha from the islands, we'll see you down the line.
And this next segment is going to be our second segment from Trevor, and he's going to continue on with a little more information about starting into the hobby of shortwave radio. Take it away, Trevor.
Hello everyone, Trevor here, and welcome back. It's great to be with you once again on Wavecrest Guy's show. In our last segment, we talked about what shortwave radio is, how it works, and why so many people around the world enjoy listening to it. If that discussion sparked your curiosity, then today is all about taking the next step, getting started. One of the biggest misconceptions about shortwave radio is that you need expensive equipment or years of experience before you can hear anything interesting. The truth is, you don't. When I first got into shortwave listening in August of 2025, I wasn't using a professional communications receiver. My first radio was an XH Data D219, which is a simple portable radio that many beginners can afford. I honestly didn't know what to expect. I wondered if I'd actually hear anything beyond local AM and FM stations. One evening, I started slowly tuning through the shortwave bands. At first, all I heard was static, whistles, and signals fading in and out. Then, suddenly, I found a station that was clearly coming from far away. That moment completely changed how I looked at the radio. I realized I wasn't just listening to my local area anymore. I was listening to signals that had traveled hundreds or even thousands of miles to reach my little portable radio. That experience hooked me. A few months later, in December of 2025, I discovered VORW on shortwave. I became a regular listener, and that encouraged me to spend even more time exploring the band. Before long, I wasn't just tuning the radio, I was learning about frequencies, propagation, antennas, and the incredible community of people who enjoy this hobby. So, if you're thinking about getting started, let me share a few things I've learned. The first tip is simple. Don't rush. When you're tuning across the shortwave bands, it's tempting to spin the tuning knob as quickly as possible looking for strong stations. Instead, tune slowly. Pause whenever you hear even the faintest voice or piece of music. Weak stations often fade in and out, and if you tune too quickly, you'll miss them. Patience is one of the most valuable skills a shortwave listener can have. The next thing to think about is where you're listening. Many homes today are filled with electronic devices that create radio interference. LED light bulbs, phone chargers, televisions, computers, Wi-Fi equipment, and even some appliances can generate noise that covers up weak shortwave signals. If the bands seem unusually quiet, try moving your radio closer to a window. Better yet, if the weather allows, step outside into your backyard, onto a porch, or even to a local park. You may be surprised by how much cleaner that signal sounds. Now, let's talk about when to listen. One of the most interesting things about shortwave is that the bands are always changing. During the daytime, higher frequencies often provide the best reception because of how the ionosphere behaves under sunlight. After sunset, lower frequencies usually become much more active. That's why many experienced listeners enjoy listening during the evening or late at night. Don't be discouraged if only one day seems quiet. The next day could be completely different. Solar activity, the seasons, and even the time of year all influence what you can hear. Every listening session is a new opportunity. Another habit that I highly recommend is keeping a listening log. Whenever you hear something is interesting, write down the date, the time in Coordinated Universal Time, also known as UTC, the frequency, and any notes about what you heard. Was it music? Was it a news program? Did you hear an identification? How strong was the signal? You don't need a fancy notebook. Even a simple notebook or a note-taking app on your phone works perfectly. Months later, it's fun to look back and see just how much you've heard and how your listening skills have improved. One thing I really enjoy is trying to identify stations. Sometimes it's easy because the station announces its name every hour. Other times, it becomes a bit of a mystery. You might hear a language you don't recognize or music from another part of the world. That's when the detective work begins. Looking through online schedules or comparing your notes with other listeners can help you figure out exactly what you heard. It's one of the most rewarding parts of the hobby. Another question beginners often ask is, what kinds of stations can I hear? The answer is, quite a variety. You'll find international broadcasters sharing news and culture from around the world. You'll hear amateur radio operators talking with each other across continents. There are some time signal stations that broadcast incredibly accurate time. Weather stations providing forecasts for ships and aircraft, religious broadcasters, and many other fascinating transmissions. Sometimes you'll spend 20 minutes searching before finding something interesting. Other times you'll discover several stations within just a few minutes. That's part of what makes shortwave exciting. You never really know what you're going to hear next. I also want to remind new listeners that comparing yourself to experienced DXers isn't helpful. Some people have been listening for decades. Others have large outdoor antennas and advanced receivers. Don't let that discourage you. Every experienced listener started exactly where you are now, with a first radio, a first station, and a lot of questions. The important thing is simply to enjoy the journey. Every station you hear teaches you something new. As your interest grows, you may decide to upgrade your radio, build a simple wire antenna, or even try listening with a software-defined radio connected to a computer. But none of those things are required to enjoy shortwave. Curiosity is far more important than expensive equipment. Before I wrap up, I'd like to leave you with one thought. In today's world, we're surrounded by smartphones, streaming services, and instant communication. Those technologies are wonderful, but there's something special about sitting down with a radio, turning the tuning knob, and hearing a voice that has traveled thousands of miles through the atmosphere before reaching your antenna. That sense of discovery is what keeps me listening. It's what first captured my attention back in August of 2025 with my XH Data D219, and it's still the reason I enjoy tuning the bands today. If you've been thinking about trying shortwave radio, I encourage you to give it a chance. Start with whatever radio you have. Spend some time exploring the band. And don't worry if you don't identify every station right away. The more you listen, the more you'll learn. Thank you once again for spending a few minutes with me on Wave Crest Guy's show. I appreciate you listening, and I hope you'll join me next time as we continue exploring the fascinating world of shortwave radio. Until then, happy listening and 7-3.
Thanks again, Trevor, for another great segment on getting into shortwave radio for beginners. It is really important to know that this program covers the whole gamut. We try to get some experienced people and all the way down to the beginners. And no question is too simple to be brought up here on VOSR International. Thanks, Trevor, for stepping up and doing guest segments. It's great. It shows the listeners, too, how easy it is to get a guest segment done. It doesn't have to be a 20-minute segment or a big ordeal. You can do it at your leisure. And thanks again, Trevor, for going ahead and making these segments. It's been great. So let us know what you think. Send us an email to VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. Or head over to our website at VOSRinternational.com and click on the mail icon and contact us that way. And now on to the mailbag. First, I wanted to mention that on July 13th, WRMI posted that they had a storm over there, and they were having problems with they had some damage, storm damage, to two of their frequencies, 5850 kilohertz and 9455 kilohertz. Both of those frequencies are what I use to broadcast out. And they thought that they would be down for a little bit while they made the fixes. But about 3-4 hours later, they said that their engineers came up with a plan so they wouldn't have to shut them down, or they wouldn't be down before they can get to fixing it. So I don't know, some type of workaround. 5850 kilohertz worked pretty good, but the 9455, that was the first time in months that I hadn't gotten it here in Hawaii. And I know others had posted and sent messages that it was not coming in very good. And that would have been for the 18th, July 18th broadcast. So just keep that in mind. I don't know if they went ahead and got their fixes completed as of doing this broadcast here right now. When I'm recording this, it's July 20th. So I don't know if they've went ahead and made the fixes, or they're still working under the temporary fix that they had. But 5850 kilohertz seemed to definitely work really well. 9455 was the one that had not worked or responded very much well to their workaround. Sounds like they had to fix some of the transmission lines. So that was one of the things that I just wanted to make sure that everyone was aware of. So our first email is from Horst from Sangerhausen, Germany. He writes, "Hi Jeff, I just got back from our vacation. I'm home again. I was happy to receive your QSL card from June 4th from VOSR in the mail. And so that kind of gives you an idea. I got this email on July 14th, and him being in Germany, he got it on June 6th. He sent it on June 6th, and received it on July 14th. So that just gives you a kind of an idea how long it might take to get these QSL cards. Thank you so much. I really enjoy the eQSLs, but QSL cards sent by mail are still something special. My family and I have been spending our vacation on the Emerald Isle for many years, and we had another very relaxing time on the beautiful northern coast of Ireland. I attached a few photos, and I hope you like them. Unfortunately, I was unable to listen to VOSR International on June 20th, but I'll be happy to listen to it later on off of the website. I want to try to receive your VOSR International via WRMI. So until next time, best wishes, Horst. He did send some pictures. It is gorgeous over there in Ireland. And, of course, yes, it is very green. He's got a picture of the arch here. I do have those pictures up over on our website at VOSR International. They'll be on the Listeners Radio page, and I will put them on there so you can go check them out. Thank you so much, Horst. And next we have an email from regular listener Bernd from Ottenau, Germany, and he was listening on his Grundig Satellite 700 with a telescopic antenna, and this was on July 16th of 2026. He was listening on 6160 kilohertz, and he reports an SINPO of 44343. He did send a clip of that, and it was coming in very, very listenable signal there. He also got a EQSL, and it was of a bird of paradise flower that I sent him, and he thanked me for that. And he thanked me in advance, and he would appreciate a German language segment that is easier for me to understand. Best regards, Bernd. I did answer Bernd back. I can't speak German, but if there is anyone out there that can do a segment, a guest segment, and do it in German, I'd be happy to play it on the air. And I did mention that to Bernd. If he had somebody over there, somebody in his club that is interested in doing a segment, I will go ahead and put that on the air. So just get back to me at VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. And I will go ahead and get that segment on the air. Thanks again, Bernd. And next we have an email from Thomas from Scotland. So this was our first pin that I was able to put on over on Scotland. He writes, "Good day from Scotland. My name is Tam, and I live in Perth, Scotland. And I thought I'd give you a report on how I received you in Perth. I'm using a Texan PL990X with a long wire out to the garden. The Texan doesn't have a signal meter, but it helps. It's touching 41 on the meter. It doesn't have on frequency 6160 kilohertz. A 1945 British summertime, and still receiving you in 2025. Okay, I hope this helps. Thank you so much, Tom. It is great to hear from you, and I was able to go ahead. He did get back to me and gave me his address, and he's got a QSL card over on the way. And when he gave me his card, he put down he will certainly be listening in the future. I've been an SWL for a lot of years, so keep broadcasting. So thanks again, Toms. And our next email is another first. I was able to put a pin on a body of water because I got a message from Eric, and he was listening on a mobile from Denver, Colorado, and he was in the Cherry Creek Reservoir on his Catalina 25 sailboat, listening to the broadcast on July 17th, and he was listening on 5850 kilohertz, and he did send a picture of that of the boat, and I have got that over on our website at VOSRinternational.com under Listeners Radio. It's got a picture of his radio there, and you can see the cabin, and you can see the picture going out of the cabin. Really, really nice picture. Go ahead and check that out. It was really nice to hear from him. That is definitely a first here at VOSR International. And next we have an email from Michael from Eden, North Carolina. He writes, I enjoyed your show on July 17th on 5850 kilohertz, listening on my ICOM IC6700 with a long wire antenna. I will continue to tune in every week, and thank you for what you do. Thank you so much, Michael, and you do have a QSL card on the way. Let me know when you receive it. And this was definitely a week of first. I got an email from Carlos from Costa Rica, first pin down there in Costa Rica, and he writes, hi, my name is Carlos, and I'm from Cartago, Costa Rica. I'm 23 and just discovered this old technology, and I'm fascinated. Just started into the shortwave world and just found your transmission. Thank you for this broadcast. Hope you keep doing it, and I'm willing to learn more and more about this incredible hobby. My radio is an EPE FP362-S with an incorporated 60 centimeter antenna. Thank you so much, Carlos. I did answer you back, and I was asking for a picture of that radio. I will get that radio over onto our website with all our other listener radio if you send that in. I haven't gotten it yet. But thank you so much, Carlos, and I do have a pin down in your location in Costa Rica. And yes, the first keep coming. We got another email, this one from Ted, and he is from Park River, North Dakota, and he writes, excellent signal coming in, and this was on July 17th of 2026. And why this is a first, he was listening on 94.55 kilohertz. But this is the first because this is our first pin in North Dakota. So that leaves South Dakota as the only other state that at least that doesn't have a pin. That is the only state. So if we have a listener out there who's listening in South Dakota, go ahead and send us an email in. Send it to VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. Send in a reception report where you're located at, and we will get a pin on South Dakota and have a pin in all 50 states. And next we have a email from Ding, and he is in Yangzhou province in China. And he writes, Dear VOSR International, I'm a listener in China. Today I received your program. This was back on July 17th on both 5850 kilohertz and 9455 kilohertz. The signal is very strong. The listening effect was very clear. And he writes the reception. He was using a Kiwi SDR, of course, because those two frequencies will not make it out to that area. He does report a SINPO of 44444 on 5850 kilohertz and 45444 on 9455 kilohertz. Thank you so much for your email, Ding. And next we have an email from Stefan, and he is in Germany, and he was in the city of Kirpen. And he writes, this was back on July 16th. He was listening on 6160 kilohertz. He writes, Dear radio producers, listening to radio stations in shortwave and medium wave is my hobby. Since more broadcasters are discontinuing their programs in German and in English, I try other interesting stations on shortwave. While traveling on the shortwave bands, I discovered your single on 6160 kilohertz, and I stayed tuned. I really enjoyed your program presenting information on the shortwave hobby. Your station signal was not too strong here at my location and my equipment, but due to missing interferences, I was able to relax and enjoy your program. Enclosed, I send the reception report, and he does a SINPO of 35333, and this was again on 6160 kilohertz, and he was using his Sony ICF 2001D, just using the telescopic antenna. So thank you so much, Stefan. Really enjoyed your email. I do have a pin put on our radio listeners map, and you can go check that out on our website. And thanks for sending in your reception report. I do have a QSL on the way. Just let me know when you receive it. And next we have a email from a regular listener, Mark from Terro, Belgium. And he writes, find below my recent SWO report. And the reception was on July 16th, and he was listening on 3975 kilohertz. He reports an SINPO of 44344 from his home in Belgium. He was using a Texan H501X with a 25-meter long wire laundry line, has in parentheses. The weather there was 23 degrees Celsius. And he gives a detailed reception report, and also remarks the good history of Zenith radios. I'm familiar with the old wooden chest Zeniths. In the far past, I had a portable Royal 1000 Zenith, but it broke down beyond repair. Thank you so much, Mark. Thanks for continuing to listen to VOSR International. Next, we have an email from Christopher from Chicago, Illinois, and he writes that he was listening on July 18th on 5850 kilohertz. And the program contact, he did write down below that it was about the transoceanic Zenith radios. And his receiver is a Knight 8-tube number B10557, circa 1941 manufacture date, and was using a K480 WLA antenna, and that is the antenna that I use. I did ask for a picture of his radio. He's going to send that to me, and I will get that over on our listeners' radios, because that would be a really nice radio to check out. He continues on, the signal strength and clearly understood everything. Some background static, but posed no real issues. The local weather was in the upper 80s. The atmospheric effects from Canadian wildfires are diminishing. It was difficult to pinpoint the exact frequency, as the needle indicator is not precisely calibrated due to the age of the receiver. I believe it is one or the other, as indicated below. He either put down 5850 kilohertz or 6160. Because of the day that he was listening, it definitely was the 5850 kilohertz. And so I did get a QSL card out to you, Christopher. Please get back to me when you do receive that. And thank you so much for your communication. I also got a email from Javahar, a regular listener, and he reports that the reception was fairly good this morning, July 18th, on 15770 kilohertz, and he enjoyed the program as always. 15770 for the last couple of weeks, I know Javahar was having some issues getting it in because of propagation. He did send me a couple clips of it, and it was a little bit rough, but you were able to make out the broadcast enough to listen to it. Thank you so much for the reception report. And next is an email from Richard, and he wrote back on July 18th, and he writes, I caught your broadcast on 15770 kilohertz on 7/18 of 26, and the segment on the Zenith transoceanic radios stirred up a lot of emotions in this old man. When I was a kid, I used to spend hours using my Uncle Mike's Zenith transoceanic G500 radio over at his house. One day, he offered to give it to me on the absolute condition I never sell it. I excitedly assured him that there was no way on earth I would ever part with it, and so he gave it to me. I was head over heels. When I was older, I had a job in radio and TV repair shop. I obtained the Sam's PhotoFact file on the G500 and did a full alignment. I also polished up the radio cabinet to look practically new. It was complete with the wave magnetic antenna and its cable, and it worked beautifully on all the bands. This is my single most prized possession. At the start of 1982, while I was in my 20s, I lived in Boston, working as an electronic repair technician and doing some handyman work on the weekends for an acquaintance in Gloucester, Massachusetts, who was reopening a defunct restaurant there. Then I had the great opportunity to come up to Washington, D.C. I didn't own a car at the time, and I had no family either there, here or there, so I asked the restaurant manager if I can kindly store a few of my possessions while they required training and got situated down there. No problem, said Mr. Thompson. I will. He had just the place for it, a storage room that had not been actively used. He assured me that nothing to worry about at all. When I came back to Gloucester to reclaim my things a couple months later, I found that the storage room was completely cleared out. Mr. Thompson said that he thought I wasn't coming back, and he sold everything at a yard sale. I was absolutely furious. He offered to give me money from the sale, but I told him what he could do with that, which, among other things, included getting back my radio. I never spoke to him again after that. If anyone in your audience, here's the last paragraph here, if anyone in your audience has a G500 with Michael J. Zombeck stamped on the back of the chassis, that was once my radio, and if you'd like to find a way to get it back to me, I'd really appreciate it. So will my Uncle Mike, God rest his soul. I realize that there's essentially zero chance of someone finding it, and probably even less of a chance of them wanting to part with it, but this broadcast brought it all back to me, since it seems to be popular with all collectors. Maybe someone listening out there has it. So I told Richard I was going to read his email on the on the air. You never know. Stranger things have happened. If this does work out, definitely let us know, and maybe we can get a picture. So thank you. I know that stirred up some bad memories for you, Richard, but hopefully you'll continue to listen to VOSR International. Thanks again. And now a few posts over from our Facebook group at VOSR International. Daryl, regular listener, posted VOSR on 5850 broadcast received in Oregon tonight on a Zenith Royal 3000-1 via telescopic antenna only. This was my grandmother's radio, which I first discovered shortwave. With some of the germanium transistors, I have had either to bend away the shield leads or tap them on the table to break their whiskers. Other than that, just a minor alignment tune-up, and it's still performing quite well. You can go check that out. He does have a video of it in action, and it's a really beautiful radio. Go check it out over on our Facebook page at VOSR International. Next, we have a post from John, who reports that he was listening on 15770 kilohertz and picked up the broadcast in Northeast Pennsylvania using a DX390 with the stock antenna. Thanks for posting, John. Next, we have a post from Nick, and he is in Wales, UK, getting you on a low signal on 3975 kilohertz, but very good on 6160 kilohertz, using a Yaesu FT-DX10 with a GA800 loop antenna. Thanks for posting, Nick. Next, regular listener John posted a video of the broadcast coming in over in Arizona. And it was coming in really good. He usually always gets good reception over there. Don't forget to go ahead and go to our Facebook page at VOSR International, and you can check out that video. And lastly, over on Discord, Master Player reported getting the broadcast on 5850 kilohertz at a plus 40. It was just booming in there. Thanks for posting, Master Player. And that concludes our mailbag for this week. Thank you so much for everyone writing in. Don't forget, if you live in South Dakota, get a reception report in so I can get a pin, and all 50 states will be accounted for on our listener map. At this broadcast, we are going to have over 400 pins from all over the world on that map, so it's definitely worth checking out. So don't forget, send us in emails to talk about the segments on the show, any comments you want to make, reception reports. We love to have them. Keep sending them in if you are sending them in. It's always good to find out how the reception is week to week. And if you've never written in before, definitely go ahead and send in your first email. Send those to VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. You can head over to Reddit at our Grundig Shortwave Radio group. That's Grundig Shortwave Radio. You can go over there and post over there when you join the group, and I will read those comments on the air also. And then also over on our Facebook group at VOSR International. And lastly, you can head over to our website at VOSRinternational.com. and click on the mail icon and contact us that way. So I usually do segments about when I'm going to travel, when I'm heading away here, especially if I don't have a guest segment set up or somebody that's going to take over when I'm gone. So this week I am going to be heading over to actually, as this broadcast airs, I am going to be on the island of Oahu. And again, I live on Molokai, Hawaii, and we are flying over to Oahu because my wife is having her hip replaced. Molokai is a very small island. We do have a hospital here, and we can get some things done here, but anything major, we usually have to head over to either Maui or Oahu. Oahu, of course, is a much more populated island, has larger hospitals and more specialists. And so we'll be heading over there for her surgery. We are going to be there, I believe we get there on July 22nd, and we are staying until the 29th. She's having her surgery on the 24th. So when this broadcast goes on the air, she'll have already had her surgery. So this is why I don't know. Next week maybe a repeat. I am going to try to bring my one of my microphones so I can try to record a little bit. But depending how everything goes, of course, I might not be able to do that. It is amazing. I know a lot of people out there have had these hip replacement surgeries, and they do it as an outpatient. So she will have the surgery in the morning, and then she should be able to be released later that afternoon. We are going to be staying in Waikiki. So while we're there, I am going to go ahead and post some pictures. I will set up a page on our website over at VOSRinternational.com where you can check it out. I will just label this page Oahu Waikiki, and we are going to be right by the Alawai Harbor. So hopefully we'll have a nice view, and we'll be able to post some pictures of the area. Now, we used to live in Waikiki. We lived there for 3 years while I was still working, and we lived actually in an apartment complex right on the Alawai Canal. Aloha Lani is what it was called. We were on the 26th floor. We had a fantastic view of the Ko'olau Mountains up on the Mauka side of the island, and I will go ahead and I will post pictures of that also. And then over on the Makai side, so Mauka is the land side, and Makai is the ocean side. We had a great view and had fantastic sunsets from our apartment up on the 26th floor. So I will post some pictures of that from our old apartment building when we used to live there years ago. And then, of course, I'm going to have some new pictures. We are staying at the Modern. Is a hotel type building over in Waikiki. This is much closer to the ocean. We were about 3 blocks from the ocean when we lived there. This will be right on the harbor, so we will definitely have some nice pictures. We are actually very close to the Hilton Hawaiian Village. The Modern is actually a Hilton property also, and on Fridays they do fireworks there. It is a thing they've been doing for years, and depending on where we are, we may be able to get some pictures of the fireworks from our room. If not, I'll try to get down on the grounds and be able to take some pictures. That'll be the day that my wife, of course, gets her surgery done. So we'll just have to wait and see if I'll be able to get that done or not. We're going to be there a couple days beforehand, so we're going to be able to hit a few things that we liked when we lived there. Some places to eat. We'll probably go to the Ala Moana Mall, which is the largest mall in the United States, and so we'll have various pictures of the surrounding area and some of the beaches, so you'll be able to check that out and check out some of the things on Oahu and in Waikiki. So if you haven't been there, you'll be able to check that out, and if you have been there, you'll be able to probably remember and see some things that you have seen before during your visit. Now, we are going to be flying over, of course, on Mukulele. Those are those small 9-seat planes. And when my wife was making the appointment with the doctor and with the surgeon, we had already decided we were going to be staying a few days after the surgery, just in case there was some complications or anything happened. And the surgeon did recommend that, actually. So he thought it was a good idea to be there a day or so. He said the next day or the day after would be fine, but we're actually staying a few more days after that. So we'll see how she's going to be. She's going to have a walker and that type of thing, and see how she can start moving around. We don't really expect too much right after the surgery, but you just never know with the way things go with these, and hopefully everything will be nice and easy for her. So, of course, I'll give updates afterwards. I'll have some pictures of her so you can see how she's doing over on her website over there. Hopefully I'll be able to get out a bit and be able to get some pictures of the surrounding area so you can check it out Weather's supposed to be beautiful. I'm sure it's going to be crowded. It is a fairly busy time over to be in Waikiki. But in general, we didn't expect to be doing a ton. But I know beforehand we got a day or two that we'll be able to get around a little bit anyways. After that, there might be some times where I'll be able to get away and go for a walk or something like that. And, of course, I'll be able to take some pictures and post them along. All right. So let us know. Have you ever been over to Waikiki? Have you been to Oahu and you visited? What were some of your favorite things to do over there? Let us know. Send us an email at VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. Or head over to our website at VOSRinternational.com and click on the mail icon and contact us that way. And this next segment is going to be about a new community on Reddit. And it is going to be of interest to all you folks that are out there that are listening to pirate radio on their shortwave radios. It is a new community, and it is put on by KG7M. And listeners may remember him, that he has helped me so much with my broadcast. He did the Morse code for the start and the end of the broadcast. He does the posters that I use as reminders that my broadcast is coming up, and he even did the song from the Pacific to Your Porch. And so I definitely wanted to get this out there because I know it'll be of some interest to anyone listening to pirate radio. I was even able to get a couple pirate stations with his help and letting them know the one they were on. I usually don't get them here that often because there's not enough power on these pirate stations to get it all the way out here to Hawaii. But I was able to pick up a couple of them with his help. So it is going to be on Reddit. It's going to be Pirate Radio Plus. He does have another group out there on Shortwave Radio Plus. You can definitely go over there and check that out and join that group. But this one is Pirate Radio Plus. And he writes, he did a post on our Reddit group over at Grundig Shortwave Radio, and he wrote, "Hello, community members. I have decided to start a new pirate radio community here on Reddit. After being a top poster in the existing pirate radio group for the past 2 months, I made the decision to leave that community. I don't want to start out on a negative vibe, but the mods in the pirate radio sub have not posted in their own community for years. And the newest post was 4 years ago. The older mod was not posted anything in 8 years and is a mod in 13 communities. I have trouble properly moderating one community, and there are no comments from the other mods either. I attempted to contact them with some suggestions on how to improve the community, but got no response. It is painfully obvious that they're not worried about it and don't care, so I believe it's time for a new community for pirate radio. In starting the new pirate radio community, I hope to create a place where you can share the equipment, best operating practices, and how to listen to pirate radio stations. My goal is to make Reddit a safe place to share, and that has become possible with Shortwave Plus. That is his other group is Shortwave Plus. And then another community, Grundig Shortwave Radio community, and that's Jeff's community. I ask your help to make it a reality for the new community. He's also looking for a couple moderators that will have time to check in and keep up on the new community. I will probably use AI for EQSL cards and promos for the pirate radio stations. I plan on using less AI-generated images in the pirate radio community. If you are down on AI, this might not be a good fit. I am hoping to find moderators and looking we have for Shortwave Plus. They have made the community what it is. That Shortwave Plus community is a very large community. I believe it's getting close to 5,000 members. Great one to check out. And so I want to thank Michael for giving me this information. And go check out the new Pirate Radio Plus over on Reddit. It'll be a great group if you're interested in pirate radio. And next, I would just want to throw this out there again for anyone who wants to do a guest segment here on VOSR International. We've had a good handful of people take me up on this and send in segments. They've done multiple segments. We had a couple that even did entire broadcasts of our show. And it really helps with the variety and gets some good information flowing out there to all the listeners. I know there are a ton of listeners out there with so much experience listening to shortwave and with equipment. It would be great if they would pass their knowledge on to our listeners, and everybody really enjoys those types of segments also. So it's very easy to do a segment. Segments can be 5 minutes up to 30 minutes, and it really doesn't take long to when you're explaining something or going over and passing along information. The time actually flies when you're making these segments. Some people think that they can't talk that long, going over a segment. But once you start to do it, you realize that the time goes by pretty fast when you're trying to explain something. So don't worry about the length of the segment. And the good part about it is you can do it at your leisure. All you need is be able to record the segment in MP3 format and then just send me over the file. So it's always best to send me an email first. Send us an email. Let me know that you want to do a guest segment. Let me know what you're thinking of. Anything shortwave radio related works here. We do all things shortwave radio. So let us know if you want to do a segment on ham radio. We've done a few segments on that, but not a lot. But there's just a ton of topics that you can choose. And a lot of times I tell people, especially if it's their first segment, to just go ahead and give a little bit of background history about yourself. Send it, the segment in, do the segment just explaining how you got into shortwave radio, the equipment you've used over the years, what you're doing now, what you're using now, and those are really interesting segments, and the listeners really enjoy those. So even if you're just thinking about doing that type of segment, so if you're just a regular listener and want to give your history of getting into shortwave radio listening as a hobby, go ahead and do that segment and get it sent in, and we will get it on the air. So let us start out with an email. And if you have an idea, you want to get going on it, that's fine too. You can send me the file in MP3 format, but mail it off to me at VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. You can also head over to our website, click on the mail icon, and contact us that way. So this next segment is going to be a equipment segment and a follow-up segment to my upgrade to my K480 WLA antenna. And if you remember on the last segment that I had, there was an update for this. I was using a 1/4 piece of copper tubing, and I replaced that. I used that as a replacement for the wire that was included with the antenna when you got it. It made a huge difference, that 1/4-inch antenna loop did, piece of tubing. I ended up taking that tubing off, and I put that 1/4-inch tubing on my K180 WLA antenna, and in general, those two, when they were just both out of the box, they both were fairly evenly matched. The K480 WLA had some nicer features, made it easier to use, easier to switch between the functions to make it work for FM and things like that. And it does have, of course, you can turn up the gain. You can turn up the gain on the K180, but you have to go to the antenna and open up the box, and it's just kind of a pain. But in general, on a average setting, it worked pretty good side to side. So when I upgraded the K480 WLA with the 1/4-inch tubing, I was able to get stations that either I barely heard or I didn't even get them before. So it was a big improvement. But I had also heard that people upgraded to half-inch tubing, copper tubing, and that again was also a very successful upgrade. So I ended out getting some quarter-inch tubing. I got it off eBay, and I will have a link on our website at VOSRinternational.com, and I'll have an update to this upgrade over there, so you can check it out. Both upgrades, both tubings, the quarter-inch and the half-inch, I used a 10-foot piece, so it ended out to be slightly larger than 36 inches. It was like 38 inches, my loop, for each of them. But when I went ahead and I changed changed out on the K480 WLA to the half-inch tubing, again, there was another jump, and it was definitely better. If you can, I would go ahead and just go right to the half-inch tubing. If you can find that, it was just easier for me to go ahead and try that quarter-inch first. I had another antenna that I knew I was going to be able to use it on, so it wasn't a waste or anything. So I've got two really good antennas right now. But I would just go ahead and go right to the half-inch. Now, I just for a little comparison here, when I first just had the wire on the K480 WLA here on Molokai in Hawaii, I would barely be able to pick up 5850 kilohertz out of Okeechobee, Florida, late at night, and that would have to be after midnight. I'd be able to pick it up, and I would even say it wasn't listenable. There was times where I'd be able to pick out and hear what was being said, but it wasn't really listenable. When I upgraded to the 1/4 inch copper tubing, right away it was a listenable station. So it really made a big difference. And it was coming in like S7 here on my Grundig satellite 800 Millennium. And then when I went to the half-inch, that now has been coming in at about S9. So it is coming in quite a bit better. And I get it actually, I can pick it up a little bit earlier. I can only pick it up after dark here in Hawaii. And about 8 p.m. At night, it really starts coming in really, really nice. So that was just one example, one station. I was able to get a couple other different stations. I get the station in Brazil on 780 kilohertz. I get that so much better now with this half-inch tubing. That comes in booming in at about S9, S10. It comes in great. So these are just examples, and I've only been using it limited. I haven't used it a lot and did a lot of testing or did a lot of videos, which I will be doing coming up. So yes, I do recommend the upgrade going to the half-inch copper tubing for the K480 WLA antenna. Go over to our website and check out some of I'll have some pictures and some videos there and some links that you can check out. So let me know, what do you think? Have you done this upgrade? Do you think this is definitely worth it, or have you went to the 1/4 inch tubing? Send us an email at VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com, or head over to our website at VOSRinternational.com and click on the mail icon and contact us that way.
And that concludes our broadcast. Be sure to catch our broadcasts every Saturday at 0300 UTC on 9455 kilohertz, and also on Saturdays at 2300 UTC on 15770 kilohertz. Transmitted by WRMI Radio Miami International from Okeechobee, Florida.
We are also broadcast by Shortwave Radio Gold in Lower Saxony, Germany on Thursdays at 1800 UTC on both 3975 kilohertz and 6160 kilohertz.